Gareth, what can you take away from tonight? What did you think you learned?
Well, I thought we started the game well, used the ball well. We're obviously a lot of changes and a lot of unfamiliar pairings on the pitch. But I thought for the first 60 minutes before we made all the wholesale changes, we created some good openings. I think you could see that one or two are a little bit short fitness-wise at the moment. I think that's clear. But that's what the games and the training this week have been for, really. So it's a progression in that regard. Once we'd made the changes, very difficult for the boys coming in, really. We had not only the changes that we made, but a couple going with cramp and then the injury to Trent. So we finished with 10. We had 9 on for a moment when 2 of them with cramp. So it was a bit of a mess for the last 5 minutes. And if Austria had scored, I think that would have probably been fair at that moment. So good to get the win. We showed some resilience, and as I say, the physical aspect was the most important.
You mentioned the injury to Trent there. It's sad to see because he looked like a man who knew something serious had gone wrong. Is he out of the Euros?
Well, we've got to see. It's obviously not a good sign that he's had to walk off the pitch, and he was in some discomfort. So, of course, we're so close to the finals that for any players, injuries makes them a doubt. But we'll just have to see over the next 48 hours.
Would it be someone that comes in off the standby list or someone else to replace him if he is out?
Well, we'll just let's see how he is first, and then we can make those decisions after that.
Positive though, Jude Bellingham coming on, starting the game in fact for his first start for England as a 17-year-old. Phenomenal performance. Yeah. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I thought he was terrific. You could see the maturity that he has, the composure. His use of the ball was good. He has got cramp at the end. I think that's partly the emotion, but also he runs a lot. He probably runs a little bit too much at the moment. He's still learning how to use that energy and when to stay a little bit more positional. But I said yesterday before the game that he's not with us just for the experience. He's with us because he's a really good player and we think he can contribute.
It's exciting to watch him. Great to have the fans back, as I'm sure you'll agree, but there was some booing, Gareth. I'm sure you heard it as the players took a knee at kick-off. What did you make of that? Why were they booing?
Well, I don't know why, because I think we've made it very clear the reasons for taking the knee. The pleasing thing was that was drowned out by the majority of the supporters who got behind things. So absolutely, we don't want to hear the booing, but it was good to hear the reaction that drowned that out.
Do you think it's a shame for young players like Bukayo Saka who coming on, scoring a goal, but they're having to listen to boos as well? It perhaps ruins the experience for them.
Well, I don't think you'll ruin Bukayo's night, but it's I'm very conscious that I'm the leader of a very young group of men, and we want their experience with England to be a good one. So we're trying to make a difference with some of the statements that we make. We know that football isn't going to solve all of those problems, but I think there is power in the stance that we've taken over a long period of time, and I still think it's important that young people see an England team showing that togetherness at the start of the game as they did.